Guys, Mr.BeetleBum here, and today we are looking at another World of Tanks map. This one is Mannerheim line. Mannerheim? Something like that. Anyways, yet again, another one that I really like. It doesn't matter what class we're playing. I predominantly play tank destroyers and scouts. But either one, doesn't matter what I'm playing, I still really enjoy this map. There's been some interesting changes to it, and let's get into it. So, of course, as per usual, we're going to start with lights, then TDs, mediums, heavies, and we'll even talk a little bit about arty. So, lights, it's pretty simple. First of all, can I erase this dot? Perfect. Okay, so from the north spawn here, there's a bush right in this area right there. Probably about there. I know it looks like it's here, but you want the upper one here. Yeah, maybe more like right here kind of thing. Anyways, that's the first place you want to rush over to. If you do rush down to the lower ones, you're really going to get spotted. Because meanwhile, from this side here, they're going to rush along here, and what I do with my scout most of the time is I just jump through here. It's pretty hairy if you're not comfortable driving. You're going to whack into the rock and then fall down below. Anyways, and then we come right up here into the bush that's right there. So you can imagine if you come all the way over here and then try to get down to here, you're really pushing it. Whereas here, you can get in comfortably. And I can spot basically from all the way, through there, through here, up there, over to here, and even up in that area there. It's a lot that you can spot from that one area. As for the south, right here, it's just as good. You can see them coming across. You can see them coming across there. You can see them coming down here if they were trying to do that. Or underneath here, you're going to spot them right away. Now, even in the back right here, going this way or this way, and it's right to about here that you'll spot them. Sometimes as well, if something's lit up here, it's nice. If someone's up here and it's spotting somebody, here, you're going to be able to snipe up that way too. That's a nice benefit of having that spot as well. Those are your two main spots. Now, of course, there's lots of places you go. In the north, you could zip up here and peekaboo right here to see all the enemy tanks that are coming up here. That's one good thing you can do as a secondary position. You can also zip, if you're on the south, you can zip along here and pop up here and basically do the same thing. You're going to see everything that's coming across here and here. And if anybody tries to sneak down the lower areas, you're going to be able to see it. Those are the two main spots there. If you do get spotted, of course, you can fall back on this one here. On this one, if you fall back, you can fall back to these rocks right here, give you cover, and then go down, or even come around this way. As for the north, when you're here, the fallback is simply trying to come around, and I do this because that's where the low part of the ground is. In other words, right here, it's a little higher. You don't want to drive over the higher point because that's going to keep you lit. By going along this lower point right here, and all I'm talking about is just a little bit of lower topography. And then you're keeping your most light tanks being lower to the ground. It gives you a better chance to not getting hit. So as you just come around and then down behind the rock formation right here. That's your best bet as a getaway kind of thing from that spot. Tank destroyers. In the south, it's kind of funny. There's a ledge right here. You don't see it, but there's a ledge right there that you can snipe through, just like up here. There's one on this one that can go pew, 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 pew. And basically, those guys counter each other. There's also over here. Pew, 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 pew. And then there's down here. Boom, 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 boom. And there's in here. Boom, 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 boom. And there's in here. Seriously, like there's all these little things that you can sit on. If your concealment's 100% maxed out, you got a net, you got camo paint on, you got the works, man, then you're going to be able to sit here and snipe. Back up once you shoot. It's real simple. Don't test your luck. There might be a light closer than that you haven't seen. There might just be another tank that you haven't seen. So, don't push it too far is what I'm trying to say, I guess. Oh, shoot, that's not as easy to get off. When I go pew pew pew, I think I might have to stop doing that. Those are harder to. Come on, baby, get out. There we go. Right on. Oh, just that guy. There we go. So yeah, that would be your main TD spots. One right here, one right here, one right here, one right here, right here. There's also right here. There's also going up here and right here. So you got several TD spots along here. Oh yeah, and then as well, for against the corner right here. On the other side, as I was saying, you have quite a good amount as well down here. You got here, you got here. Those are your main ones. Plus, I like to have a TD right here to counter any heavies as they come by. It's really good. You can pick them off and just decimate the heavies. The problem is, though, is you have to have heavies on your team who will stay back here. Okay? In other words, the heavies, if they start pushing around the corner, guess what? You can't do anything because now you can't see anything. If the heavies will just chill out and use some patience and wait, bait them in here, it's amazing how easy it is to snipe from here for these guys and anywhere along here or even here for the guys that are trying to poke their heads up. This is something that happens a lot in the world of tanks, is people, they get into a situation where an enemy gets them and they don't think enough about it. They don't think, how can I counter that so the next time that happens, I'll be able to beat them instead of them beating me. A lot of people, a lot of players don't do that, and that's crazy because that's how you end up getting better. That's how you improve, is by simply being able to think about, oh, okay, this is the problem, let's figure out a solution. So anyways, yes, from up here you can snipe them that are coming up and peeking their head and whatnot. Mediums and heavies, just like I always say, guys, there are 3 flanks, and it's basically like this. You got your spawn, you got your spawn, you got your middle, you got your north, you got your south. Your south is predominantly these guys come down here, and these guys come down here, and boom, 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 boom. You get all kinds of battles going on there. Sometimes they go below, and boom, 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 it all happens down there. That's the main thing at the bottom. Along the top, it's basically you come up here, and these guys drive up to this corner, and they go and have a big battle up there until eventually, somebody dies, and they start, either they push this way or they push this way. But either way, it's just, the south and the north are pretty similar. It's just get either around a corner like down here or get a distance, and that's why I say this is more likely to be up here. It's more about mediums, and down here it's more about the heavies. Of course, I say with every video, to every rule there's wait a minute, what is that saying again? For every rule there's, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. I can't, this whole mind today is just gone. Anyways, been having a great day. But anyways, for every rule, there is an exception. That's the word, exception. I can play a game of tanks, but I can't remember a word to save my life. Anyways, and then arty, guys. Arty is really straightforward. You're just probably have one over here. You're gonna have a couple here, and then a lot of times the arty tend to come down here. Those ones that don't have a long range, this is where they'll hang out. There's a little house up here, and arties for some reason love being beside it. And then the other places tend to be over here. Not that often do you find one over here. Not that often you find one over here or anything like that. I wouldn't do that myself. There's enough good spots, just regular spots and whatnot, to have to, do something crazy like that. That's about it, guys. There's a lot of real fun spots here. Like I said, you can drive up here and spot, who's coming up or over here, but just be careful. It's, about coming down here. Sometimes you get stuck with terrain physics. You'll get stuck and you won't be able to get up, and then they'll come shoot you, so just be careful. Same with right here. There's a little area right here that if you sneak in there, I've several times I've slid right down. The physics, ground physics get me, and there's nothing you can do. If you hit the wrong spot and your tank goes, and there's nothing you can do. That's the physics. So I'm just saying, be careful over here too if you want to back in there. This little area is really, 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 really good for sniping from up here. The thing is, a lot of times what happens is you get a light that comes down here, and of course they want to get into the battle, you know. What you really want to do is simply just get a bush that's a little further back, like here or here, and just sit in it and just chill out, man. This is not your time for damage, okay? This is your time to just help your teammates behind you, the tank destroyers, absolutely waste the heavies that are coming through. If you would just sit there and chill, so that means they have a steady flow, a steady view of all the tanks that are coming across them. You will help your team so much. And then towards the end is when you want to wrap it up and get your damage in, you know, like when you zoom into their base, getting their arty, getting the stragglers, all that kind of stuff. So anyways, that's another key position here that you got to think about. Also guys, don't forget about this little ledge down here. So many times people don't even know it exists. It's very important, and it's really good if, like, say you got, say you're coming from the north and you're coming down this way. You got a tank destroyer here and here and here. Half the times what you'll do is you come up here and you shoot, and then you back off behind a rock or something, get unlit, and then you can follow the low ground again right down here all the way up and pop out and, like, pew, pew, take that guy right out. And he'll just be like, what the bleep? Well, that's how you do it. It's simply by knowing the terrain, knowing where they are, and there's different routes to get there. That's what it's about. Like I said earlier, remember about how you got to think about problems and figure out ways that you can, you know, beat them out. That's another good one. This little line right here. A lot of players totally forget about in here too. It's a nice little area as well. But that's about it. Let's get to the map now and take a look at it in the 3D, or not two-dimensional, but let's get more of the three-dimensional look at it. All right, guys, here we are on Mannerheim line. Mannerheim? I'm never gonna get it. Anyways, so what we're looking at right here, this is the south spawn, and then up here you're gonna see the north spawn, right about in here. Can we go any faster? No, that's it. And there you go. There's the lovely little red flag here. This is the building I was talking about where arties love to sit here for some reason. That's okay. If you're coming from the other way, there's a little low ridge right here, and you just drive right through there, the bush. They don't even see you. You just pull up, and at the last minute here, whoops, at the last minute here, you just pull around and shoot them. Pretty easy to deal with, actually. Okay, so lights. Whoosh, right there. That's what I'm talking about. These are the bushes you want, not these ones. Those are too far. If you can get into this bush right here, it looks so far away, but you can see everything that's, you know, you can see the guy on the ridge, you can see all of the action that's going along in here, you can even help spot for the guys coming across here. Okay? Now, we're talking about the guy who wants to come and spot down here. That's a different story. What you're going to do instead is you're at the spawn and boom, boom, engines revving. Instead of going this way now, like I do to go to that bush, instead what you want to do is go through here. This is a low little gully here. It's not that low, but every single inch counts so that you're not getting spotted. So what you would do is come down here, and at the last second, take a right, come through here. And then this is what I'm talking about, guys. There's a bush right here. There's bushes there, but that's a little far over. It can work. But right here is where you want to be, right on this bush right here. If you can sit there, you get there and just sit there and just take your finger off that mouse and don't shoot anything, okay? This isn't for you. You're part of the team. You are going to light them up. I mean, just look at this, guys. You can spot them as they're coming through here, spot them through here, and as long as you got all the concealment numbers up, you know, you're going to be fine sitting in that bush, and wow, you do a lot, okay? Anyways, that's a secondary thing. Quite honestly, you don't have to take that risk because this bush is enough for it. This just is like the if you want it. If you got like 3 tank destroyers up here, one here, and one here kind of thing, maybe even one down here. As for the other team, all right, so if you're in the south, the number one place is you zoom through here, and then right here, this is what I'm talking about. You see that little area? that can get dicey. So a lot of times I've seen guys try to drive through there, and it's like, hey, this is what happens when you play like 50, 60,000 games. You kind of figure out. I still hit it though, guys. I hit it still. So, but a lot of times what happens is you'll see a guy flying through, and all of a sudden, whack, right into that rock, and he just careens right over down into there, and it's absolutely hilarious. But anyway, not for them, but for us that are watching it. Anyways, what you want to do is zoom through here, and then come over, and there you go, guys. Right here, that's your bush. And this is actually a replay of me. Obviously it's a replay of one of my games, and that's me right there as I'm about to park into the bush right there. This is the TD spot I was talking about. TDs, please don't go down into here. This is where you need to have your small little light tank. This is your area. Besides, honestly, guys, you don't want to be in here in a TD. You're going to get spotted a lot. And when you back in here, guess what, guys? Anyone who's up here can see you, can just snipe you clear as day. That's why you want a smaller a smaller light who's scouting to be in those bushes, not a tank destroyer, okay? So, tank destroyers, where do you go? Right here. And then, of course, up on the ledge. We all know about the ledge. You just drive over across from your spawn and come up here and you're looking at their ledge over there. The other one that a lot of people don't think about, I was talking about, was I come right up to these rocks right here? That's my key spotting. That's where I know if I sit here, I got a little bit of a downhill, not much, just a little bit that I can back down. But meanwhile, I can snipe all the heavies here if our heavies don't go around the corner. Once they go around the corner, it's like, oh well, opportunity lost. And then you just recommit to another spot. Where? Well, there's also going up here. Here's the low road I was talking about. That comes all the way, drives all the way up there. And you can come all the way up there. A lot of people don't even know about it. But anyways, along here, you can come up and spot in the bushes here. Or you could even come all the way up here and do some spotting right here for them in the bushes. And tank destroyers, another good place. Like I said, here's the ridge line right here. But you can also come up here as well. This is kind of like scout / tank destroyer, man. If you got good enough numbers, you can sit here and just poke up. Make sure you're unlit though. And then poke up and just snipe anything that's lit. So really, this is kind of wait and see. You know what I mean? You park here. And then you wait for something on your mini-map to get lit. And then you just pull up and boom, DA. Now, tank destroyers, as for the north spawn, the very first place, obviously, is right here. You drive up, and the main thing people fight over is right here. When, honestly, guys, I wouldn't even recommend that you park in this area, because this is where the bombs are going to be coming automatically. Myself, I normally enjoy being on this one. And sometimes this one more for when the tanks come up here and I'm on defense and I'm trying to shoot them. This one for when they're crossing here and everything else. That's my personal preference. Teach their own. You can also, wait a bit. Whoopsie. You can also park down here too and shoot most places. Now, mediums and heavies. Well, I always say, like, this is basically the heavyweight down here. You can have some go low, you can have some go high. And it's really about doing the same thing. If you're on this side, you don't want to go around that corner. That's what the other team is trying to get you to do. A good team will be patient and just wait you out and make you go around that corner. First, what you're going to do is you're going to come behind here and you're going to try to be sneaky. Like, all right, pop out and shoot you. And then you're going to realize, that's not really working that well. So you're going to come down here and try to do a little bit poking out, poke. And it depends the quality of the players, honestly. If the guys in the south are patient enough to make you come around and you got a tank destroyer back here, you could be in a lot of trouble. To be honest, though, you don't see a lot of tank destroyers back there. Most of the time when I'm back there, I get pinged a lot, and people tell me, and I'm talking high tier guys, and I got people telling me, what are you doing? You're wasting, you're not helping the team. And I'm like, really? Wait till the end of the game and let's check the damage. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna do damage. Also because I know that if I don't see anything, I can tell. If my heavies go around the corner, or if it's just gonna turn into a long ass wait, then I move off and I go somewhere else. So anyways, this area right here is where most of the battle does happen. From the south and the north. It's all a matter of who's going to wait it out and who's going to make the other ones push. I keep saying, have patience and common sense. Let the other team make the mistakes first. That's the key thing. Now, mediums. Mediums, you're normally going to want to go north, no matter if you're the north spawn or the south spawn. So you come along here, you drive up around here, and then basically, boom, is where they normally stop. I like to rush out to here to get a glimpse of how many tanks are coming. And you can also pretty well defend. But the thing is, though, is if I'm here, the south guys are going to counter by driving somebody up in here to shoot at me. So you've got to be able to be willing to come down in here and help your teammate out. And the reason why I say, again, look, guys, you're up here, right? And all of a sudden you got, let's say, a scout or someone's right up here, and then they start saying someone up, and he's like, oh, help. And you're like, no, man, I don't want to help. I'm going to get shot. Well, yeah, no kidding, man, but that's part of the game. It's a war game. But if you drive along here, and let's see, can I show you the topography? You've got a good amount of cover. Whoop! You've got some cover you can play with all the way up into about here. And that's enough room for you to start shooting at this guy. Plus, if you start getting shot by his teammates back here, just drive straight. Now there's two of you. Now, anything that comes across here is going to get wiped out. And on top of that, this is one way where you can keep them lit by just driving up along here. You can keep those guys lit for your buddies back here that were too nervous. Whereas on the other side, you would come up, and you're basically in here, plus you want to have a tank behind here. You can even have one right in here in the bush. But basically what you're going to do is you're going to try to outshoot them. They have a nice little tight spot there. What you want to do is come up around here and hug the wall and basically keep them lit for the guys back here. That's the best way to do it. If they come across, then same thing. You guys need to be able to, come up here into this corner and shoot any of them that come across. That's the counter. And then it kind of makes the other team bring someone else out again, and then you focus fire him. So, there are ways to combat each side. But that's about it, guys. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. This is the little area right here. You can now hear that I let the game keep going. This is the area right here. Sometimes you can get in here, man. And then other times you can even see you see all this, how they make the snow different looking? That's where you're going to find the terrain physics when you start getting into those, the weird snow, like right here. Where else? There you can see the difference in it. And anyways, so I'm just saying, that spot right in here, just be aware of that. Let's see, am I still spotting here? There you go. Just right in the bush. No shooting going on. And we'll see what's going on here. Oh, look. There's tanks everywhere here. We got them all lit up. Anyways, that's it, guys. So I hope you liked the video. I hope it's helpful for you. If it is, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, of course, free world, man. Give it a thumbs down. If you'd like to know when the next map strategy video is out, just simply set up your notifications through YouTube, and then you'll be notified. And another thing, guys, don't forget about Twitch streaming. We actually, we're having a blast over there, and we actually have a clan now, the BeetleBum Brigade. And all you gotta do is put your left hand on your heart, your right hand up in the air, and say, I do solemnly swear that I will never, ever, ever stat shame anyone. And be patient with players. That's it. So, yeah, we offer not just a great stream, not with great music and great gameplay, but we also now have a clan that we're building. And it's pretty fun, man. They got a Discord channel going on, and they're always chatting. And it's pretty cool, man. We get to do some platoons every once in a while, and it's pretty fun. Anyways, you guys have yourselves a great week. Have fun playing this awesome game, man. Just look how beautiful this is. Look what's behind me here, guys. Come on. This is a beautiful game. So, yeah, have fun, and we'll try to get some more of these map strategy videos out for you as soon as we can. But until the next time, guys, this is Mr. BeetleBum saying, Mr. BeetleBum out.